Welcome, everyone, to another update on the world of professional wrestling. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we dive into the latest news, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and give this post a thumbs up. It means the world to the wrestling community. Today, we're diving into a deeply emotional story about a former AEW star and Britt Baker's ex-tag team partner, who recently shared a heartbreaking update about her medical condition. This star, once a vibrant presence in all elite wrestling, has revealed she's losing hope but remains determined to keep fighting. Let's unpack this story, explore the history, and discuss what the future might hold for her and others in the wrestling world. The wrestler in question is Reba, also known as Rebel, a former TNA star who joined All Elite Wrestling in 2020. Reba quickly became a fan favorite, known for her gritty in-ring style and her role as Britt Baker's loyal ally. Alongside Baker and Jamie Hayter, Reba formed part of a dynamic trio that lit up AEW's women's division. The group's chemistry was undeniable, blending Baker's brash arrogance with Reba's grounded, relatable determination. Together, they didn't just compete, they reshaped the women's tag team scene. Even if AEW didn't officially recognize them as a formal team, Reba's contributions were vital to Baker's meteoric rise, including her reign as the AEW Women's World Champion. Whether she was cheering from ringside or stepping into the ring herself, Reba's presence added an electric energy to every segment. However, Reba's time in the spotlight was cut short. Her last televised AEW match aired in 2022, and since then, she's been absent from programming. Fans speculated about her whereabouts, but it wasn't until recently that the wrestling world learned the truth. In a raw and emotional post on X, Reba revealed she had been hospitalized a year ago due to a serious medical issue. The details of her condition remain private, but the tone of her message was gut-wrenching. "I'm losing hope," she wrote, her words heavy with vulnerability. "There was a time I thought I'd be back in the ring by now. I thought I'd feel like myself again, but every day away from the fans, away from Britt, away from that world, it gets harder to believe I'll make it back." The post struck a chord with the wrestling community, going viral almost instantly. Fans flooded X with messages of support, sharing clips of Reba's best moments, fan art, and photos of signs they'd brought to AEW shows. Fellow AEW stars, including Toni Storm, Ruby Soho, and even Thunder Rosa, a longtime rival of Baker's, responded with heartfelt encouragement. "You're stronger than you know," Storm wrote. "The locker room is waiting for you." Rosa added, "You've got a fight in you that no injury can take away." The outpouring of love was a testament to Reba's impact, both as a performer and as a person. Yet, behind the support lies a sobering reality. Professional wrestling is a fast-moving industry, and prolonged absences can leave even the most talented stars struggling to reclaim their place. Reba's journey in AEW began with promise. When she debuted, she brought with her a wealth of experience from her time in TNA, where she was known as Tania Brooks. Her role in AEW wasn't just to wrestle but to elevate those around her, particularly Britt Baker. The duo's dynamic was compelling. Baker, the cocky dentist-turned-champion, played off Reba's scrappy, never-say-die attitude perfectly. They weren't just a team, they were a story. Their promos, filled with sharp banter and genuine camaraderie, made them a highlight of AEW's early women's division. Reba wasn't chasing the spotlight for herself, she was the glue that held the act together, making Baker's star shine even brighter. Then came the injury. Reports suggest it happened during a house show in early 2023. An awkward landing led to a grimace of pain, followed by an eerie silence from the crowd. While AEW never officially confirmed the injury's specifics, backstage whispers pointed to a severe ACL tear, potentially complicated by additional issues that extended her recovery beyond the standard 9 to 12 months. One anonymous backstage producer described Reba's impact. "She had that presence you can't teach. When she was in Britt's corner, it elevated everything. You take her out, and things just feel less electric." The injury didn't just sideline Reba, it disrupted a partnership that had been one of AEW's most compelling narratives. Britt Baker, meanwhile, has continued her own journey. After weathering her own hiatus, a betrayal by Jamie Hayter, and battles with the Outcasts faction, Baker remains a central figure in AEW's women's division, but she had stayed quiet about Reba's status until now. Following Reba's emotional post, Baker broke her silence in a backstage interview after an episode of AEW Dynamite. Her tone was uncharacteristically subdued. "This business is cruel," she said. "You can be riding high one week and gone the next. But let me be clear, Reba isn't forgotten. Not by me, not by the fans. And if I have to raise hell to make sure she gets the return she deserves, that's exactly what I'll do." Her words sparked hope among fans that AEW might be planning a comeback storyline for Reba, even if not in an in-ring capacity. Behind the scenes, however, the situation is more complex. According to sources close to AEW, Reba's contract is set to expire in the coming months. Initial plans to extend her deal were contingent on her recovery, but discussions have reportedly stalled. AEW's focus has shifted to international expansion, partnerships with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and major events like All in 2025. Budget constraints have also led to a reprioritization of talent, with those not currently on television slipping down the list. AEW's attention is split right now. One insider explained, "They're juggling a lot, and unfortunately, that means certain talent who aren't on screen are being deprioritized." For Reba, this adds an extra layer of uncertainty to an already challenging situation. The wrestling world, however, hasn't given up on her. Rumors have swirled about a potential move to WWE, where Reba's mic skills and underdog persona could make her a valuable addition. Fightful Select reported that WWE held informal talks with her representatives last year, though her injury status halted any progress, with Triple H's regime reportedly looking to bolster WWE's women's roster, particularly for NXT Europe and potential main roster shakeups. A fully recovered Reba could be a perfect fit. She's the kind of underdog story WWE loves. One analyst noted, "If AEW doesn't see her value, someone else will." Still, those close to Reba say she remains loyal to AEW, at least for now. In a moment that sparked fan speculation, a recent episode of AEW Rampage showed Baker glancing at a photo of herself and Reba taped to a locker. The fleeting 2-second clip was enough to ignite theories about a dramatic return angle. Fans imagined a scenario where Baker, cornered by the Outcasts, is saved by Reba limping down the ramp, her eyes blazing with determination. Such a moment would be quintessential wrestling storytelling, a blend of heart, drama, and redemption. But for now, it remains a fantasy. Reba's story is a stark reminder of the human side of professional wrestling. Beyond the scripted rivalries and championship pursuits, performers face real struggles, injuries, mental health battles, and the fear of being forgotten. "It's the silence that kills you," Reba said in a recent podcast appearance. "Not knowing if they're still thinking about you, still rooting for you, still planning for your return. You can't wrestle shadows." Her words resonate with anyone who's faced uncertainty in their career, whether in wrestling or beyond. The fans, however, have made it clear they haven't forgotten. Within hours of her post, the hashtag #RebaIsBack trended on X, with fans sharing her best matches, heartfelt messages, and memories of her time in AEW. The wrestling community's response shows that Reba's impact lingers, even in her absence. Last night, Britt Baker added fuel to the fire with a cryptic tweet, a heart emoji next to a flame. Fans interpreted it as a message of solidarity, a subtle nod to her former partner. Whether it signals a new chapter or simply a show of support remains unclear. The wrestling world now waits, holding its breath for Reba's next move. Her story is one of resilience in the face of adversity, a reminder that hope, even when it flickers, is never truly gone. Whether she returns to AEW, explores opportunities elsewhere, or takes a different path entirely, one thing is certain: Reba's fight is far from over. As one of her biggest supporters put it, "We haven't seen the last of her, not by a long shot." For now, the arena lights may be dim, but the wrestling community is ready for the moment they flare up again, heralding the return of one of AEW's most missed warriors. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments below.